just fought against Reina and won. But she was hitting me with moves that were clearly, clearly reactable. So what I need to do is one, understand her move list. So she's plus 13. So this move shifts her into stance at plus 13. Okay. We'll be using Raw Rising 1 as a template. I need to write this down. I don't know what the fuck up in my other notebook with all the information I had written down. No, it equals plus 13. Alright, let's keep going. Because you just need to go to Sentai at this point. Alright. So, forward 3 is Sentai. Oh yeah, Sentai 1-4. This is launch punishable. Alright, but you can always do the first part, which isn't launch punishable, but you get a different punish. Alright. Something I want to see is, can you option select it? On reaction. So that's a very big part of matchups where Reina feels fair. There's other characters that feel fair. That I want to know, what can I do against their stance, right? I do this. She grabs. So if you try to do any action, or at least like grab, while she does the continuation, she finishes the string, you just get beat up, right? Including jab. So both the options of both jab and grab don't work. So you have to just on reaction see what it is. You just have to know what she's doing. And that's where the mind game for this move specifically comes in, where it's like, alright, just knowing if she's going to complete it or not, because by then your punish window will be gone if you think about it. So that's one of the things where if you see this, you're just always going to punish. If your idea is just to hold back and you see that, you're just going to get the launch. But if your idea is, I want to like stop her from doing this, I want to capitalize on her doing this, then you have to press like earlier in the sequence without confirmation she's going to do the second part. Most people are just going to hold back. That's Sentai 2. -4. 13 frames. Shifts in the stance. Alright. We got Sentai 3. You'll see a lot of times Reinas will do something like this. No. This, they'll do 4-4-2. Alright, 4-4-2 into Sentai 3. And how that works is, though he dash out of it, right, for like just free pressure. So you're gonna be scared to duck because you don't want to get hit by anything. But what's gonna end up happening is they assume that do this, now it's their turn. You can't press. Right? They're in control. Whatever. It's also homing, so like this move just blanketly gives them like advantage. Where you can't step, you can't press it. Well, you can't press against it because obviously it's just too fast. It's like what? It's 12 frames, so it's both her fast don't press button, her heat engager, and her homing move. So this way, she has easy access to frame traps whenever she's going into the stance with plus frames. So if I were to make the bot stop blocking, alright, she gets access to easy damage that way. She gets access to a good heat engager that way. It's plus on block. It's not overpowered. I mean, clearly, right? It's not overpowered. Hold on. Alright, plus 13, good to know. It's not overpowered specifically because of the fact that it is a high, so you can duck it. So if we make it the bot crouch. Alright, I think you go launch. A bad habit of mine is like I just don't launch Reina for using it all the time. This honestly is a suicide button. That's why there's so many properties baked into it where if you use it too much, eventually someone's gonna duck you, right? And they're just gonna launch you for it. It doesn't matter if it's a heat engager or if it's plus one on block. You'll still like eat a full combo for doing it. Sentai 4 plus on block. Alright. Yeah, that's the move. So far, if we go through the list, we have Sentai 1, 16 frames, but it's a power crash, so it's just 8 basically. We have Sentai 2, which is 13. We have Sentai 3, 12. So we got 16, 13, 12. And then Sentai 4 is 26. Sentai 1 plus 2 automatically shifts into stance. Right. -6. So if you see this on your block, like if this is a transition you're seeing, you can interrupt her. Because she cannot stop blocking out of it. I mean, she cannot stop to block out of it. Meaning, theoretically, what you could do would be something like let me get block some more, right? Yeah, alright. It's counter. 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 Oh, by the way, I'm doing like new options each time. So everything you do out of the Heaven's Wrath stance from this move is essentially lost punishable because you're -6. You can be fully interrupted. And you can't block out of the stance either. So this is one of those counterplay modes where like if you really know the matchup and you see like a Reina do Sentai, right? You know for a fact like if that's a launch punisher move basically. It's the same thing with Leroy when he has moves that go into stance because he can't block in his stance. You just get a free launch. It's a very important piece of counterplay that I have to memorize. Let me just write down the information so I can really like have it. So I'll put Sentai 1+2 on a 6 on block, but cannot cancel into crouch, so can be launched no matter the option. And the important part to remember too, if you're thinking Power Crush activates at 8 frames, right, as far as the armor. So that's the only part we really care about. +6 is 15. You're still losing. You're still losing. Or maybe not. I actually don't know if there's... We'll get there eventually. There's Sentai 3+4, which is a low. Turn off punishment because it's going to be annoying. This low, is it? Yeah, it's one of the like. But here's something that I want to try. If I record the bot doing something. All right. Nope. Once you get hit with the first part, you get hit. So there's nothing you can do once you're hit. You just have to accept that you got hit. You just need to react in the first place. It's 20 frames, so it is pretty quick. So it's like, good luck. This stance. I don't really care about that. We're here for Heaven's Wrath. Yeah. So, is there a Power Crush? There is a Power Crush in Heaven's Wrath. So we're gonna turn punishment back on. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna spam the button as fast as I can. So it works in the stopping, right? But because we're going back to the concept of like launching whenever she transitions from Sentai with 1+2 into Heaven's Wrath. If she does that move, okay, and you just block it, -13. So you take a 13 frame punish for your wrong guess, which puts you in a scenario where they're not going to do it every time. They're just going to make a call out. Next time you do it, you get blown up. For, you know what I mean? Like every time you specifically do that choice of doing Sentai 1+2. Right? I'll go back to Sentai. Because even though Heaven and Earth is... She has 3 stances, technically. She has, you know, the Wind God stance, because she's a Mishima. Right? She has Sentai, because that's hers. She has whatever the fuck this is. And then, like, what? Heaven and Earth. Or Heaven's Wrath. Right? So, the main stance is Sentai. Everything branches from Sentai. The next stance, like the niche one, Heaven's Wrath. If there was any comparison I could make, it'd be like the main basic stance you're gonna see Yoshimitsu's use is going to be Dragonfly. Then there's gonna be Flee, and then there's gonna be like Meditation. An Indian stance. Well, I guess Yoshimitsu is a bad example because he has so many. But the point is, there's going to be that main stance that in the beginning you see a lot, and then people will begin to branch out and become better at using the other choices. So, we need to get a solid foundation on how to beat the Sentai stance before we can even begin to worry about anything else. Because then she'll just do this all day, and we'll lose. I guess where do we begin? The proper question is, which direction do we sidewalk? And we have it on 1. Okay, good. Alright, so the right works. So walking to Reina's right-hand side does not seem to be working. Can you step to Reina's left now? Yeah, stepping seems to be even stronger. Just stepping, she just completely whiffs. And then what about step left? As in you step towards Reina's right. No, so we're doing everything to the right, like stepping to Reina's left. So side, we're gonna do it simple with step right. Keep it simple. Sentai 2 seems to catch it. This might not be as simple as I'd like it to be. Not as simple at all. Okay, what about sidewalk to the right? AKA moving towards Reina's left. Now that's catching. Oh man, that's kind of damn. Alright, what about sidewalk left? So this is one of the moments where it's like, this is why Reina's the best crafted like newcomer we've had, because she has a quote unquote lackluster option that covers her other side. And the reason I call it lackluster is because on counter hit you don't gain anything. It does 24 damage, cool. It doesn't auto transition you, which is nice, right? But it's lackluster because it doesn't really gain you much for doing it. Its specific purpose is for like in combos when you want to like tornado someone. What's a move that My heat? No, I'm not. I just did double electrics. I'm trying to think. Like, basically, it's used for combos. Like, there's definitely a combo that fucking uses it. It has a tornado or something. But, like, the major point is, it's used specifically to stop sidestepping to the other side, right? And it's a very distinct thing for one move to catch sidestep to this side and one move to catch sidestep to this side. Which, based on what I understand about Reina and how, like, she's forward pressuring, but if you know the matchup, it becomes a lot easier to deal with, and she becomes a lot harder of a character to play, and how she's been so well designed, that I'm pretty sure, right? I'm pretty sure what you could do, or like pretty sure the way it's designed, based off, this is my guess, is this move specifically is being made to counter her, you stepping towards her left hand side, which is going to be her weak side for the Sentai stance. But they didn't give it anything strong like a counter head launching property, because they would want it to be like a specific call out, hey, but they still don't want you to like have to avoid stepping to that side entirely. Right? Keep in mind, if Reina wants to fully stop you from sidestepping, she has to either commit to this move, which I think it's safe on block, right? It's a safe mid. Yeah, it's this safe mid that does indeed kind of give up her turn, or go for the not so safe high. They're around the same speeds, but the high gives so much more value if the person doesn't duck. But if the person ducks, Reina dies. So then she has to default to this. This is her safe check. She can't use Sentai 3 anymore. She has to use Sentai 2. So here is like forward pressured. But if you know the matchup and you can make the anticipation, you duck, launch her, she can't use it anymore. This is the next best thing, which stops you from sidestepping to that side as a consequence. But now you've enforced your pressure, so she stopped using her like it's my turn button. Because when she does this, stopping you, you just pull out your hitbox and she can't really do much. Besides, like, she can sidestep obviously and duck, which is dangerous. So you should go to mid. But for the most part, it's your turn. Which is big on a character like Reina, because what Reina has going for is this pressure. Is this unrelenting, like, pressing buttons attitude, right? If you're a new player, this looks unbeatable. You don't know what the fuck to do. This is like, where's the gap? Alright, when was it my turn? Alright? And that's the important part of, like, this stance gives me the feeling of balanced. So that could be my only assumption, is that the literal homing move, and like this move too, are going to be the only thing to stop you from sidestepping to that side specifically. And of course, just to make sure, right? Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's on block. All right, you're -4 when you transition into Heaven's Wrath, right? So you have a bunch of options that get even slower. You can be punished for doing this on block. You can be punished, interrupted, stuff like that, unless you use like a power crush, right? But if they have the read, let's say for example, you shut down Reina from using like her high move, so she goes to the safe mid, and you notice that she goes into the Heaven's Wrath transition whenever she does the move. Next time you see her do this move, just throw out a launcher, and you're most likely gonna get her. No bullshit. You probably are. I mean, if they're just going into this immediately into an attack, just throw out a launcher. Like, you have almost nothing to lose. You're +4. So it incentivizes the Reina to place the transition well, to not just spam it every time. Alright, we got Sentai 3. You cannot sidestep this. It's obvious you cannot sidestep it. It punishes you for sidestepping pretty heavily by giving her heat, and then her heat is obviously way stronger than her base Kate's. My suggestion is, when you think she's going to do it, duck. It might get you killed on certain rounds, but if you duck the move enough, Reina will be shut down and cannot do it anymore. It seems like a strange thing to say, but it's completely true. It's very, very completely true. This move here in particular, this is what, 3+4? No, this is 4. You want to sidewalk to her left, so let me set the person to sidewalk right. Right. Let me see how counter hits. I do not want to have that on. So yeah, you can sidestep that to the right pretty easily. Let's see if you actually can specifically sidestep. Sidewalk right, sidestep right. Good. Yeah. This is gonna be like very, 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 very helpful on Devil Jin when you can just do sidestep button. Right? We have 1+2. Yep. Yep. So I think if you side walk, you'll like realign better for the punishment. Yeah. Instead of it being like an awkward off angle. Now, but like I guess I was hoping you'd be closer, but you just have to like run up and catch up. Then we have 3+4, which is homing move. So yeah, but it's a homing low. There's a +4. The damage it does is only 12, but she's +4, so she gets to keep going for pressure. Uh, you don't have to care. I'm not gonna lie. Like this move, you don't have to care. 22 damage. That's not a lot. That's not a lot at all. And you kind of can ignore it. So like, obviously, if Reina is doing this literally every single time, then you know what to expect. I guess the issue per se is like she's +4 into standing, so it's not even a limited move list. She could do pretty much anything, right? But she's probably gonna start off with something like a very fast button on your block to make sure you're not pressing, and then after she's confident you're not gonna press, she's gonna start throwing random shit at you, bro. Right? You're gonna get hit with like this, and this one like this. Well, probably not that, because she's just gonna need to press then. Like I don't play Reina, but cool. There's like all sorts of bullshit. So far it seems fairly simple of like just, oh, sidewalk to Reina's left. Okay, why did I do that? Well, there's multiple moves that can be sidestepped. But what about for the moves that can't be? Well, the low doesn't do shit. The high is a heat engager, so good luck. You're fucked now. And then the mid option is with the transition into stance. +8, I think, if you do hit it. Right? +8. I think +8 is the number that makes it actually just a mix if you get hit for sidestepping. So three of her 6 moves from the stance stop you from sidestepping. One is a high, one's a mid, one's a low. She has a homing option for everything. She has a very evasive homing option. There it is. Back 4. This move, majorly evasive, right? So Reina does have very evasive tools she can use. I guess the point I'm trying to make is, if you don't use mids, you're fucked. I can't try to be educational about this. Listen, if you're going against a Reina, she starts doing stuff. Something like this is gonna be really fucking annoying, and you're gonna have to use mids to shut it down, right? You're going to have to. But remember, she's plus on block as well. So like, if we have to go through and think, the homing high Sentai 3, that's 12 frames. She's +2. You're not beating that. You're not flashing that either, because okay, maybe you can flash that. but like that's gonna be really fucking difficult because if the spacing's wrong, literally at all, I don't know. I don't. It probably won't be that difficult. It probably does work, but so there's that option where like it beats 99% of the cast, right? Then there's what Sentai 2, 13 frames plus 2 going into it. You could jab it. All right, you can interrupt that way, right? That's 26 frames plus 4. You can, I mean, plus 2. You could obviously launch it, but using the minimum punish to account for everything, jab is what we're gonna go with. Uh, then there's like what's Sentai 1, 16 frames. But that's a power crush, so 8 plus 8 minus 2, 6. Yeah, you're not interrupting that. I don't think anyone can. If it's the power crush involved, I think you just lose. As far as like jabbing. Oh no. Just hold on. Because how it would work would be yeah. If you react fast enough, right? You just do a single jab, interrupt her offense. You're protected from the power crush. And since you jabbed in the middle of a power crush and they absorbed, it becomes safe. Right? So, not if you really get anything. That's not what I'm meant to do at all. Now we're going to try the Sentai 2. Now, what move is left? Sentai 4, right? And the habit you should build is single jab, so you can account for power crash. And if we turn them all on at the same time, what I'd stop holding back so it hit me. That's so dumb. I keep stop holding back. It's so dumb of me. I keep stop holding back, bro, because I expect the game to understand that I blocked the move. Wait, what? Oh, if you mash, you can beat the power crush. Wait, even if you get hits? Oh, because the move is so slow. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we get the general point. You can jab through pretty much everything. I'm trying to remember what's left. You can't jab through this one because it just evades it. It just evades it. So it's probably gonna be the only option that you really can't jab. The thing is like jabbing the power crush on reaction is gonna be really hard. Not like, oh, you're just doing the single jab. I mean like you're mashing jab. Uh because everything else is like almost doable. But the power crush is the only thing where you have to be exact with your mashing. You have to mash at the exact time you need in order for it to trade to negate the entire stance. So you have to react to the 4-4-2 or whatever she's using to go into stance immediately and start mashing. It's the only way. And if she does something like the homing move, like the homing high plus on block heat engager, right? If she does that move, you cannot mash. And the answer there is probably like a side step duck. So if I do something like that's not what I need to do. There you go. You see, I just get beat. You got any mids? Or no, because your jabs don't work. That's gonna be like the only move to beat Power Crush, right? So like Sentai 3-4 is gonna beat Power Crush. It's gonna beat your jabs. It's obviously gonna beat your mids because everything else is just everything's too quick. Well, no, the other thing's gonna make you not want to use mids, right? So it's gonna be like, I'm not sure if it's reactable, right? I'm not sure if someone's able or has been reacting to that. But what I do know for the absolute fact is you can jab out most of the options except for the literal 12 frame heat engager, right? Or for this low leg sweep. Which does make it a lot easier to deal with, and since you can power crush through the power crush too, it does make it a lot better because you can power crush through like all the options essentially except for that low. Right? So if you just turn on power crushed, that was the Sentai 2. That was 3+4. That was Power Crush 2. Just do the low. Just do the low. Oh, so power crush is the move. Because if it's trading with low, yeah, it is. And then power crush would beat Sentai 3. Yeah, you can just power crush through all of it. You just have to have the right timing. You don't get much in the way of like punishment or like damage. So like you can, if it's like, all right, I'm scared. He just keeps doing like 4-4-2s into me. You just power crush to like not take the mix. If it's like you absolutely cannot take the mix, I'm not sure if power crush is gonna be like a good choice because you're already super low in the first place. But it could be. You know what I mean? Like if it's like, oh, I'm low health and I just need to like power through this because he's one shot. Let's say you're at like 60 HP and he's at like 10, but you're about to take a mix. You can just go, no. Just go. You can just go, no. You know what I mean? As far as his other strings and other moves, I mean her other moves, as far as like the other stances, you don't really see them too often. I guess the important thing to cover is like their transitions into the stance, because for the most part, from what I'm guessing, you're gonna need whenever you hit a move that transitions into stance, they just have to take a mix up. They just have to take it. There's no option select in those scenarios because the numbers are too great. There's just too many plus frames. For example, like being +8 when going into Heaven's Wrath is like, okay, that means like +8 is the numbers used to make it just a pure 50-50 high low. You know what I mean? I'm trying to currently decide on what to do next. Oh, I guess I always wondered, can you block the second hit of her hell sweep? That's something that I... So once you get hit by the first one, you can't block the second. And I'm holding down back too. So, no, you can't, sadly enough. What is that on block? The Reina I was facing was also doing that quite a bit. I think it's 0 on block, if my memory serves me correct. Oh, you can sidewalk that. That's beautiful to know. That's gonna be great. But what I need you to do is stop fucking moving. -12. Okay. And here I was thinking that was completely safe, but it's not. Alright, yeah, I need to remember that. Because I've seen Reina's like do that move in particular on top of me, like, very often. And I was just like, oh, that has to be like a plus move or 0 on block at the very least. Wait, they gave her an automatic win God step? Why would they do that? Why did they give her an automatic version? They left the original. Hold on. That's +5. And if you're in heat, it still lets you do the regular electric. No, seriously, like, you still get the plus benefits of it. It's just, you get easy electrics. And I was like, oh. Cause I was facing Reina's, I was like, oh, how are they doing this so smoothly? Like, they must be really good at the, like, Mishimas. No, they just have a fucking, like, I press electric button. Like, this is corny. And it was always during heat, too. I was always like, oh, they can't hit the electric, but they can definitely do the motions for, like, the regular one. Right? It's such a weird thing to have. And I looked at that specifically because if you look here, it says during wind God step, okay? Forward, down, down, forward. And then if you look at the annotation, it says forward, down, down, forward, like 1, 3 to power up. That's just a regular input, isn't it? But no, this fucking character has an auto, like, wind God step. Oh. Yeah, let's do the Raw Rising moves. I think the Raw Rising is going to be interesting. Like, for example... I didn't realize Jewel Snatcher was a mid. I thought it was a low. So it's been a mid this whole time. That's good information. -13. Got this Raw Rising sidestepping. Mid. Safe on block. Safe on block, but it's a high at the end. A lot of this is going to come down to, like, recognition, building drills to recognize which move they're doing. That's launch punchable because that's a Mishima thing. Still launch punishable. Even if it goes in the stance, you can't block from the stance. So, still launch punishable. And it's -10, so any move she does, she's just going to lose. So, automatically, from now on, you should look at Reina's who do some bullshit like, right. You should look at them and just blow them up every time. Right? There's no excuse anymore why Reina doing, if I could do it. Right? No, Reina, who's doing this? Right? Should, like, live. That should just be a free combo. We have Rising 3+4. Interesting, I guess. Got Route Crouching 3. Oh, this move here has been a bane of my fucking existence. It just evades so much. Holy shit. So this one's launch punishable. This one's -14. Size 4. 0 on hits. That's actually nice. Most lows are 0. I mean, most lows are like negative on hit, right? Where even though you hit them, someone who knows like what they're doing will go, "Oh yeah, it's my turn. I get to press," and it just create an awkward situation of even though I'm hitting this low, he just knows too much. He just knows. And like I think the easiest way for me to think about how to like or to improve or find matchups or just develop matchup knowledge is going, oh yeah, disrespect that move. Who gives a fuck? Or that move does nothing. Ignore it. Right? So like of course, it's doing damage. It's objectively doing damage, yes, but it's doing 17 and it leaves Reina at like 0 on locker. So all I have to do is sidestep out of whatever quick pressure she's using, alright? Or disrespect it. How do I back face? I'm not doing that. So that's Red Rising. Red Rising 1 mid transitions into Sentai after it hits. I think like plus 13 was the number used, which means you just have to take a mix. Because remember, oh no. Because if it's plus 13, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, guaranteed. So after they do Raw Rising 1, they get Sentai 3 for free. So they get guaranteed heat. So if they do something like, I guess I'll do it after 2 hits, right? I guess I'll do it after 3 hits. Right? So you see how that works out where that's guaranteed. You got hit with this move, she's plus 2. Then you get a 13 frame Raw Rising move. That's a mid. You got hit with it. Into a heat engager, into you're getting mixed. Alright. You got Horizon 2, the sidestepping move. Plus 9 on hits, which is nice. Automatically has evasion to it. Cool. Nothing too about it. I guess you could use it to stop sidesteps. Like if you wanted to do something like this and stop them from sidestepping to your right hand side. I think that's how it works. So if we have them sidewalk right, which is going to be to our left, hits them. If we have them sidewalk towards our right hand side, they don't get hit. So it tracks towards Reina's weak side. So you have to sidestep it to the other side. I'm probably going to forget this. You're probably going to forget this. It's okay. It's just part of the process. Just know that move isn't useless. Rising. Okay. Yeah, so what? I don't know, bro. I don't know what you want from me. I guess that's a very good test. Is just see which side can you walk towards for every single option. You can walk left there. That stops you from walking to Reina's left. That one stops you from walking to Reina's left. That one doesn't. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Okay. So While Rising 2 and While Rising 3, 4 stop sidewalks towards Reina's right to Reina's right hand side. I mean, it stops sidewalks to Reina's left, right? So you have to walk to the right hand side. That's this option, While Rising 3, 4, and While Rising 2. But While Rising 1 actually also doesn't cover the right hand side. Okay, cool. And then there's 4, 4, which does seem to catch. Apparently not. So if it's a While Rising move, you could just step towards Reina's right hand side. It'd be fine. Oh, but that definitely doesn't bode well. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so full crouch down forward 3 is a problem. If you can step every single if you can step every single crouch move, While Rising move from Reina to her right hand side, this is the one tool designed specifically to be like, nah, bro. You can't do that. Natural hit launcher. Yeah, natural hit launching mid that tracks to the right hand side. That's gonna be rough. And then she has another one. Remember, these are natural hit ones. I don't have any counter hit button on. You just die for getting hit by it. So to not get hit by those moves in particular, you have to go the other way. No, you just get hit either way. Oh, okay, that's weird. Yeah, I don't understand. So like this move here, not that one. This move, full crouch like 3. This loses tracking to one side. Right? Unless the game just realigns. So if I do, it misses. So if you go to Reina's left hand side, it misses. So you have to stop this move in particular the other way. But full crouch forward, it just tracks you. It just fully tracks you. I just don't understand. And it's minus 14, while the other move that doesn't have full tracking is minus 17. Why? If anything, you would think the both side tracking mid that's 15 frames would be, minus 17. Instead of the 20 frame mid that only tracks to one side, that's minus 17. It's just a worse move. I don't get it. And I guess this is the point where we can go through all of her moves real quickly so we can visually identify all that she can do. And then just be able to move on and go back to playing. We'll be doing... Got 111. Alright. Goes into Sentai immediately. You can hold back to make it not go into sentai. You got 1, 2. All right then. Got 1, 2, 2. You can go +7 into a stance I didn't even look at yet. Oh, brother. So like, what you can do is you can instead of taking like so like so you hit your 1, 1, 2, right, and the sentai you're +11. I just have to eat a mix up if I'm defending against that, right? So what ends up happening is, at least on Devil Jin, because again I don't play Reina, you can give up, right? You can give up the opportunity for damage by doing something like 1, 2, 2. I mean, by because like the thing is, 1, 1, 1, 2 is a knockdown for every other Mishima. So you knock them down and then you get your Oki. And what you can do is you can give up that by doing like 1, 2, 2 for more damage. In theory, right? In this scenario, what I was thinking is the fact that it gives you a 10 frame, like 25, 23. So you get 25 damage into a stance at +7. I don't know what the stance can do, but that might be really fucking annoying. There's also one of the things where if you do it on block, I wonder if it has -7. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, which is something. Devil Jin also has 1, 2, 3, 4. Full frame punish. And question is, is it natural? That's the question. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah, it does have block on. It does. That's so bad. That means Reina has like access to a 10 frame wall splatting like string. That's insane. How does this character struggle? No. Like, and they just have to eat that mix up. Does that count as far as plus frames? We got 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Which is another headbutts. -14. Got Heaven's Wrath. Uh, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's -14. Okay, we got 2 slide 1. Minus 14. I actually never seen anyone use this move on me, like ever. Like unironically. I mean, how could you when you have like 221 as a fucking wall spotting 10 hit, like 10 frame string? That's actually crazy to me that they give her a wall spotting jab string that like is true on the first hit. Cause you can fully hit confirm that. You can fully hit confirm 2 hits. Yeah, you can. If you set it to random block, turn off this. See? Fully hit confirmable. Oh, I pressed the button twice, it didn't give it to me. But then well, it didn't. Well, whatever. Someone's out there hit confirming that, bruh. And I wasn't able to really do it because I'm bad. So I know there's a demon out there somewhere lurking, making people's nights bad. So this is double high. Is there any other part of a string that comes from the 3 button? We got 3, 4, which is high mid. Most basic mix up. $12 frame 1 plus 2. Okay. Oh, we got 3 plus 4, 4. Minus 14. 4, 2, 3. Those are the sentai. Frame punish. This is plus 2. I thought this was way more plus than what it does. It does force crouch. That fucking sucks. I mean, at least for if you're defending against it, but so there is a mix. Okay. So what was happening in game is I would see this roll, and then I would get hit with the low, right? And then I would just think, to myself, I was just like, that was reactable. Like, this is so reactable. You can easily react to that. Why aren't you blocking the low? And it was just like one of those things where it's like, I'm just not. Why am I not blocking this? Why am I not going for it? And I was like, bro, what if there's an extension? What if instead of just going for this random ass, like, oh, right here, instead of going for this very visible low, which I'm pretty sure if you block, yeah, if you block, they die. All right, there has to be an extension, right? There has to be an extension of some sort. There is an extension, or like the opposite, like the low was the extension. If you just do the mid, you get hits. Alright? And he never did the mid. He just always did the low. And I just let him. It's good to know that there's 2 moves. I just have to think, oh, I'm gonna do that scenario now. I guess I'll just have to like make a decision on which one I'm gonna let him hit me with. If you get hit with the mid, he's +7. There's massive amount of pushback. Right, everything's cool. If he hits me with the low, oh, it's punishable if you block the mid. Okay, the low, -4. So you want to block the mid and punish it. And the low, you want to like low parry or punish. Let me see something. 22 frames, 32. Yeah, this is completely fuzzyable. I'm pretty sure. Because you just stand back up. Like one of these things is way faster than the other, so you can just duck down and then stand back up before you get hit. Or I could be smoking like smoke on my. I mean, I could be blowing smoke on my ass because if you notice the animation, if you do forward 1+2, it just does the roll into the punch. But if you do the 3, right, it does the roll into a kick. So I'm not sure how that's exactly stacking. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, there's even more mix. There's even more mix. This is ridiculous. And it's +6 on block. 30, just in case I decide I want to duck is insane. There's more. That's also plus. Hold on, I'm trying to. Okay, there we go. This is all insane. This is all genuinely insane. 13 for the punish. That is also 13, but way more risky. Launcher. -14. That's a high, right? Yeah. Oh, this is the move. This is the law. It's negative on hit though, so you can disrespect immediately? Okay. Holy shit, I'm bored. Oh, brother, this is too much moves, too many moves for how interested I am. Alright, listen, there's only so much a man can do. I'm getting off. I think solid counterplay was discovered so far for the Sentai stance. So for Sentai, alright, you're gonna want to step to Reina's left. And then from our risings, you're going to want to step to the right. Alright, good day. I'm tired. There's no reason for me to keep